Okay, so I have some ideas when it comes to this video. So first off, I'm gonna have like three 3D animations before I'm gonna sit in the car. So essentially, the first part is gonna be where the it's gonna be a timeless, sweet timeless. Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I made you. Da, da, da. I'm gonna click on it, and it's gonna be like like a vinyl record, and it's gonna be it's also what I'm gonna do is uh so you will be able to see like when I'm gonna sit in the car, right? You can see that like there's gonna be moonlight because it fits well with the lighting, so that's gonna be the best part about it. My plan is to essentially maybe have some moving parts that are gonna be drawn to that moon light, and I'm gonna film myself. It's gonna be a short clip anyways, just not very big. Then when I click on this stuff, it's also gonna transform before I click on it. So before I click on it, alright, I have this favorite part. I have imported it, I've saved the product, so don't worry about that. Before I click on it, it obviously transforms into like a Tron-like vinyl record machine, and then my record pops out, right? And obviously it's like it's like vibrating, so I don't know how to do that in Blender. Maybe like made this thing how it's vibrating, and so it seems like it's almost getting pulled out or almost bent towards the roof of my car because I'm obviously in space. So I'm gonna animate the windows and shit, and then I also filmed like with the camera like to the roof, so it's gonna be flying through the roof essentially. And so yeah, the vinyl record is gonna bend and like almost magnetically to the moon. And it's like crazy because like dude, it's like visualizing like a track that goes through to the moon, right? Like, and like that's actually fucking crazy. The moon gravitation, right? That's almost like that. So fucking deep, bro. It's deep and it's like fucking epic, bro. um and oh man, this is fucking epic. Oh my god. No way, bro. This is fucking epic, man. And yeah, what I'm gonna do as well is I'm gonna do that through the moon. So it's like gravitating almost like to the moon. Then obviously merges with the moon maybe or something. But yeah, I need to have something that's visualizing like the streams, going up. And like uh, because I have to add like this CGI human character thing anyways to it. So maybe I could also use the weekend, but no. I think maybe using the weekend during the backflip or something. And yeah, maybe I could use James Hype as the magnet, right? So James Hype is like there in space there, like with an astronaut helmet on. He's like pulling the vinyl record, but like, what's the magnet? Is he the magnet or? Yeah, you could just wear a suit that looks like a record box, a record box player, but like in the shape of a suit, right? And then I could take that, and then and this chest could be like the vine, like you get these discs, right? This could make a lot of sense because, this could make a lot of sense actually. It actually makes a lot of sense because that's what I want to do. Yeah, right? Like I want to collab with The Weeknd and James Hype, so that's what I need to do. I have to do it. So Yeah. And yeah, that's actually everything is, right? Like, he's wearing a record box suit. I don't know if he's in front of the moon or if he's spinning around the moon or whatever. Or if he's in the core of the moon. I think that would be cooler if he's like the core of the moon. Like, the main idea comes from Hanover, but he's like, James Hyde is like the moon, and like he's the Earth gravitating around it. And like he's the moon, he's inside of the moon. Or maybe I could do like, I could go out. Of course, I don't want it. I'm coming up with more shit because I think it's like 20 seconds. I think people should see more than just like me sitting in a car. I think that's quite boring. So I think it would be cool to just have a short clip, and I could cut it as well. It's not that important to have like smooth one whole video. I think it's just important that they see me in a car and like driving around, that they recognize me flying around the moon, and I think that's everything that they really need. And once that's done, that's like gonna be 3 to 4 seconds, not gonna be long. And so yeah, we have that transition from there. We have got the camera, and then obviously we could have the vinyl records popping out and like almost bending, and then just flying out throughout the sky, and like yeah, like that would be cool, because I'm searching for channel to James Hype. I'm searching for a way to reach James Hype, to collab with him on this one. So it's like James Hype being like this thing, and then like James Hype sitting in the center of the moon, and like it's almost like, and we could also do it like James Hype's like the engineer of the moon. So it seems like the moon is like a system or like something like that, as if the moon was a car as well, right? And so we could do it like that. So it's like the nature is like a system, and then we could also do it like like that, right? He's sitting like in a controlling cabin, but like with DJ mixers and stuff. More is more of a touch of a naughty engineer studio rather than a actual Star Wars engine or whatever. And like once, I think what would be cool once the vinyl record pops out of the sky, and we've animated the break and everything, and we've transitioned into this 3D scene. I think it would be cool to animate this vinyl record, and like obviously have the main focus on the vinyl record first. So having like the camera focused on the vinyl record, and like how it charges up with energy still, and like you can almost like tell that it's like charging up with energy. Like the numbers are getting like, it seems like it's like you get my point, right? It's like charging up with energy. It's like a meter, right? Like a meter, and it's like launching, or like the Star Wars fighter or something, or I don't know what is I don't know what the name is from this Death Star or whatever, when they can destroy planets. Maybe the same thing, just with my vinyl record being like acting like the Death Star in Star Wars that could destroy a planet. I'm basically having the same energy, with the potential amount of releases that I can produce, right? So then I can visualize that in Blender, and then James Hype is essentially sitting inside of the moon, and then there's just like a fucking, I don't know, the vinyl record just all of a sudden then you can see like maybe like a laser, whatever, evolving throughout the streams, and then there's a channel opening up, and it's like seems like machinery or something. It seems like this energy has opened up in like an actual robotic thing, or mechanic thing. So this energy is kind of like attached to a mechanic system, and now all of a sudden the channel opened up to James Hype, who's sitting inside of the moon, and you can just see like how it's like the camera speeding all the way to the moon. Obviously it's not going to be the same distance. Blender gonna use a different distance. I'm just gonna make it seem like it's far away with the camera and stuff. Maybe even scale the moon or whatever. And then, yeah, I think that's gonna be cool, because then it's kind of like EDC, you know. Like I think in Las Vegas they have this ball. That's actually kind of crazy that I came up with it, because like James Hype was at EDC. My track got played at EDC Las Vegas and stuff, so it's kind of cool actually. And what I can do as well then is everything is, and then James Hype sits there with his suit that looks similar to an Iron Man suit, but like just like a DJ Iron Man with like record box stuff, and his chest is like this vinyl split, and then the vinyl record goes into his split, and he's like everything's coming out of his eyes, and like he's like full of energy, in charge of energy, and like then what's gonna happen is yeah, I've already visualized the streams, so it's kind of finished, right? Like and then I could just, maybe it's just gonna get bright or something, I don't know. Like that's kind of like the climax of the whole thing, like the streams charging up and then going towards James Hype's chest, and with like this real CGI human course, I could pretty much do that. Like that's not gonna be really hard to do. And yeah, like that's pretty much everything. I can do that, and that's the climax, and then just gets really bright, maybe, or not even at all. And then it's just gonna zoom out or something. Yeah, what's gonna happen afterwards? It's just about the collapse, or the reel is just about reaching James Hype. So what should happen after that? It should repeat itself. So yeah, the message of this reel should only be that I want to reach big artists. That I want to collaborate with my favorite artists, and that's the goal of the reel, really. And that's when I'm inside James Hype's system, then this is pretty much everything it is, you know. Like this is my goal. This is my goal because I love his music, bro. I'm going fucking wild with this stuff. Yeah, and what could I do then? Repeat it somehow. So how am I gonna repeat it? Well, just by zooming out, closing the gap, and by letting the moon shine, right? That's everything it is. And then letting the moon drop onto the ground in Hanover, right? Like a seed drop into the ground. It's pretty much everything it is, you know. Then the cycle continues, right? It's pretty much everything it is. And then obviously what's gonna happen is I'm gonna animate that It's like a light bulb, really. It's not like a vinyl record. So it's gonna be a light bulb, not a vinyl record. That's gonna drop, right? So this light bulb is gonna drop onto the stone, and then we're gonna see like the opera building up very fast. But what from what? Do you want to change the light bulb into just the opera, or just do we want to change the light bulb into something that's charged with energy and it's like a machinery? I kind of want to combine it with the car and stuff, and like a heartbeat, or like a machinery heartbeat. That would be cool. So yeah, maybe I could generate some pictures with AI and then see how we go from there. But I think the idea is great because it captures your goals actually, stuff like that. Like it captures your goals, it captures your style, it captures a lot of things, and it's just, yeah. Like with the CGI human cores, rigging the character is just rigging a couple of things. You don't even need to rig like all the mimics. You only need to rig maybe some clothes and stuff. That would be really ultra realistic, and yeah, but bring characters. Yeah, the characters gonna make it or break it. So yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm not sure about the first animation when I'm going to build up the opera, but the second animation when the heartbeat comes in is really important because it should combine like the car garage building up and like the car engine, stuff like that, and a heartbeat. I don't know if I want to combine it with like a heartbeat or something. But I think I should also combine it like something with SoundCloud, like a SoundCloud button or whatever, and that I should transform that into a heartbeat in a car and stuff. Somehow I want to combine that. And then the third part is where so I'm talking about the first scene, right? Like, I'm not talking about the moon and the universe scene where I sit in the car. I'm talking about the first scene, the opera scene. And so it's a 20-second reel that consists mainly of two parts. First part being my inspiration, and then second part reaching James' hype. So I'm gonna calling it 1C. So 1C is gonna be Let Me Bring House Music to the City, Let's Go. And The Weeknd also singing Kid, right? So Kid, or maybe Timeless. It's gonna be like with reverb and stuff. So that's gonna be the main idea. And then the last scene is gonna be where I essentially have been in frame with opera in my background, and then I'm gonna zoom in as well. Also like scaling myself out or something, or moving myself out with like some motion blur and stuff. And I'm gonna basically having this loop again. So I'm having this loop again. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. I'm having this loop again. So I'm zooming in very quickly, and then kind of like I'm quickly zooming in, and whilst I'm quickly zooming in, you can see the opera doors kind of open, and like a garage door open, and then it's like in an action movie. Like, it's hard to describe with quick motion, but the camera's gonna go like kind of like around it and like above it, and like so that we kind of like get into the angle from myself from behind. So whilst it's singing why The Weeknd is singing timeless, we are like close to the car wheel, and the car wheel is not a car wheel, it's a time. It's like time ticking, but it's like on the car wheel on it, right? And it's like just transforming then into the car wheel somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Timeless. And then obviously we're gonna have this audio effect with like this time ticker, bump, whatever, airlock. And then the car is gonna drive towards us, towards a 3D version of ourselves. And then I'm gonna essentially, yeah, what's gonna happen next then? Timeless. Yeah, so that thing has to happen faster, I guess. So let's go. So I will probably move the camera out faster after I say let's go. Like, Now, before I say let's go, I probably have to zoom into the opera and start the 3D animation so that we have more time during doing that. So I'm probably gonna have to do that. I mean, that's gonna be fine. Timeless. Then we're gonna have timeless with this time bomb. Then what we can do is like obviously, but how I'm gonna move the camera in a way that makes the transition smooth. Okay,